years. He also coached with the Los Angeles Dodgers, but his heart has always been in San Francisco as a Giant. Let's bring in Joey Amlfitano. Joey, how are you today?
I'm fine, Bill. Thank you. Thank you for the fine introduction. Yeah,
well, I got more on you, my friend. I was just the start of it. So, well, this past week, of course, the All-Star Game was played in Los Angeles. I know you had just an outstanding career as a player, but you also had an outstanding career as a coach. You know, you've probably been to maybe 2 or 3 All-Star games. Tell us a little bit about those games that you were at and some of the memories you remember.
Well, the first one was in Seattle, and I remember that one distinctly because Tommy was the manager, and I at that time was with the Cubs as a coach. And he picked me, and I had a responsibility, Bill, of taking care of the white card in the dugout during that game. And what I did is I held on to that card after the game, and as each All-Star came through Chicago, I gave it to the clubhouse guy, and he had them autograph it. So I had that card with all their personal signatures right next to their name.
That's very cool memory right there.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Yeah.
So now the other one was, the other two, one was in Montreal, where I got picked by Tommy there, and I was that time set with Cincinnati. And then in Anaheim, after we won in '88 with that famous home run by Mr. Gibson, I was in that one, and that was a lot of fun. The first one, I can remember the league president at that time was Chuck Feeney, and he came in there, and you know, it wasn't just a regular exhibition game, you know, because that's what it looks like today for me, you know, watching it. I watched a little bit of it. I'll be honest with you, I didn't see the last pitch. Okay, so now that being said, he gave a kind of a speech that we got to win this game. See, and then Tommy, which one of his many strengths, one of them was a motivational, and he got him fired up. So I'll always remember that, probably the most. But the other thing, it's to be with those guys, and I can remember hitting ground balls of Will Clark before the game in Anaheim. And he said to me at that time, you know, he's a Giant and a kind of a Hall of Fame Giant. And he said, "Hey, Joe, let me see what you got." So I whacked him, and ever since that time, whenever our paths would cross, I would remind him of that, and he would laugh because he remembered doing that. I would admired him from the other side of the field. This guy was a very good player. You're not just an offensive threat, but a very fine first baseman. And
he's still in. You know what? Next weekend, Joey, they're going to honor him by retiring number 22 in the rafters, and listening to some of his interviews coming up to it. He's honored by it. He tells it like it is. I'm going to be a Giant for life and then some. So he has just been one classic Giant. You know, getting back to these All-Star games, and you know, like you said, you've been to 3 of them. How much was it an honor for you to walk around that clubhouse and talk to some greats?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's, you know, you're like a fan. I'm not a coach. I just got a nice seat there, and I'm with these guys that are the top of their game in the industry that they're in. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, great. And the other side of the field from them, you know, you gain a tremendous amount of respect. I mean,